Fran was not feeling well that day, and she's like, are you really gonna go burn more money with the guys? Like, this is stupid. I said, I agree. I said, what if we hit big? Of course, like everyone else.
If. The key word in that sentence is if.
So, and she's typically right 99% of the time. But this is the one time she was wrong. So my buddy Jason and Stu had made a pin we hit him for $300,000.
Yeah! The fuck?
And you know what the first thing she says to him? She's screaming. She's like, oh my God, it's amazing. She goes, come home now.
I did say that. I did.
You know, we talk about you two working together. I think part of why the audience and your fans love you so much is because there's a vulnerability and honesty in what you put out into the world. Recently, you've shared some of your health updates with us. One of the questions we got was, how are you doing now?
I'm doing good. My sodium and my potassium are extremely high, so I just need to chill on using salt and eating bananas, I guess. I'm doing good. I mean, I just need to drink more water. I just need to focus more on my health. It's I'm really trying, you guys. I'm like hitting the gym. I'm watching what I eat. Clearly, I'm just using too much salt. But I'm doing a lot better.
Well, obviously, I'm very overprotective of her, so I end up setting a couple appointments at some ridiculous hospitals that I think can help figure it out, because we think she might have been dehydrated that day. But also, her brother has some genetic heart problems as well too, so we can never be too sure. So she doesn't want to, but I'm kind of force her to go and
The thing is, I love to gamble with money because you can always earn more, you can lose more, but it's money, right? But when it comes to your health, like, you cannot gamble with that, like, at all. Like, you just can't, and like, it's really important to like stay healthy. And I'm doing all the things because we're kind of getting to a point in our life, like, where whatever I do in the next 5 to 10 years is really going to set the tone for later on in life and how I'm going to be later on in life. And it's crazy to think about it like that, but it's very important to like stay mobile and stay healthy. And
so when the doctor was reviewing both of our blood panels, and he asked us the day prior, he said, well, what's your diet to Francine? And she goes, well, I exercise at 5 in the morning. I eat a protein shake, and then I have kale salads, and I eat like a rabbit. And she eats like, if you were to see her diet, you'd be like, that is not appealing. And he looks to me, obviously chubby and whatnot. He's like, well, you clearly have to be eating a lot of saturated fats. I said, you know what, Doc, I do. I said, I eat Buffalo Wild Wings, I eat pizza, I eat chicken wings, and whatever. I mean, it is what it is. I appreciate you. So he looks at our panels and he says, if I were to look at them, I would think this one belongs to you and this one belongs to her.
genetics.
And he ultimately said genetics plays the biggest role in a lot of this, and nobody outruns genetics. You can do things to hinder it, change it, but nobody outruns genetics though. So she's in great health. She takes care of herself, but there's just a couple things on that blood panel that scares the crap out of her.
You know, one of the other things you've talked about is anxiety.
Oh my God.
Obviously, you are a celebrity. How do you manage having people come up to you?
So, you know, I haven't changed. I'm still, when people come up to me, I'm still anxious. I still am nervous. Like, I'm nervous right now. I'm talking to you guys. I literally was just crying backstage 5 seconds ago, knowing that, like, there is this many people here. It gets easier, but it doesn't change. I've just been able to, since I've been approached now by more people, it's easier for me to know what to say or to know how to act or to know how to be normal versus kind of walking the other way or ignoring it. But I still have my awkward moments all the time. Like, I'm so awkward. I don't even know how to explain that. But if you come up to me and I don't respond, it's not because I don't want to respond to you. It's because I'm like just having a moment. I'm trying really hard to come. I never thought this channel would get to the point where I'm literally on stage talking to you guys like this right now. Like, this is crazy. This really is wild.
She can put a crowd,
So
boy.
much. Doing this
She can.
has helped me in so many ways just grow as a person. This is a big deal. Like, this is a huge deal for me. And like being able to do this has just helped my mind just expand so much more than it ever could not being able to do this.
You guys have been a therapist for her, whether you know it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, truly. And I've watched her grow because Francine's an introverted person by nature. And she tries her best to be extroverted, but she just, we're all different, right? So I think from that perspective, you all have helped her grow in that regard, which is really, really big cool to see. So thank y'all.
So, when you two decide to go on vacation, do you go to a casino?
Truth be told, we really haven't taken a vacation. Any sort of vacation that we've taken is like a pseudo vacation with gambling involved. We really haven't. I mean,
It's so crazy. They got slot machines in the airport in Vegas.
Yeah.
think about it.
We were in Monaco, and we wanted to have our James Bond moment to gamble on the French Riviera, and we did not belong. Like, everyone was pulling up in Ferraris and Lamborghinis, and we're like, okay, we probably don't belong here. we can't afford that.
That's amazing. What made you finally decide to come to Windstar?
I've been wanting to come to So, we both have been wanting to come here because you guys have these games called like the Red String games.
Yeah.
They're awesome. Like, they really are awesome. Like, I had an idea because you can like see it online, right? And you can see like other people playing, but like unless you experience yourself, you really don't know. So I've been wanting to come here just to play the Red String games, just to do that because it doesn't exist in Vegas or anywhere else. They're awesome.
I think, so if you look at, like, because I look at the analytics of all her channels, right? Her second biggest viewership market is Dallas Fort Worth. And if you look over the last 5-6 years, every 10th comment on any video having nothing to do with Windstar is come to Windstar.
Well, we are excited that you came. So one of the fans wanted to know, did you grow up around casinos?
No.
How did you get into
Be
gambling?
live on help.
So, I mean, I grew up in Detroit. I grew up
You
speaking
probably
into
can't go
Canada
live.
since
You got
19
you gotta
years
have 50 followers
and that's
on
a little
YouTube.
bit younger than 21, which is here in the States. The first casino that I've been to probably was Casino Windsor when you turn 19. That's where you go. I mean, Windsor from where I grew up is like a 30-minute drive. It's
Yeah,
not far.
Sworn
Windsor is
Eagle.
in Canada. It's like right over the border. The first time, I guess, when did we get involved in gambling? It's mainly when we were in Utah.
Yeah, in Utah. So, by show of hands, has anybody here been to Utah before?
Okay, there's a handful of people. Okay,
So,
this is good.
great, beautiful place.
Say who
Stunning
from
place.
Michigan.
No casinos.
Say who from Michigan.
That's a problem.
Detroit.
So we would go to Vegas every weekend.
Wow.
So I think I got Francine kind of into it because during our work trips, she'd just sit there and watch me play blackjack, and I kind of taught her blackjack.
You know, you didn't. Kind of. You taught me
I
blackjack.
tried.
No,
And
you did. I'm still a little
she
rusty.
listens occasionally. And so I think I'm probably the more ambitious gambler out of the two of us, though, versus like she can control herself a little bit more. My grandmother taught me how to play blackjack
You
at the age
can
of
spend it
11.
that much.
She put a beer in front of me, and she says it's time to become a man.
So your grandma
And
did.
it was my favorite memory. My dad and my mom were right there, and she's like, I need your parents to leave the room. And she goes, it's going to be you and I learning blackjack. That's where I fell in love with gambling. And I would play with my grandmother, and she would teach me all the different ways and some of the ways the casinos don't like the game to be played. And then throughout college, I I was down in Tucson, Arizona, for those of you that have ever been to Tucson. And that's how we kind of paid for school was. We had some people, we did some things, and we were exposed to casinos down there. So I think that's where our love came from.
I think, you know, speaking of Tucson, one of our questions was from someone in Tucson. We're born and raised in Tucson. They want to know, what is your favorite flavor of EGs?
That's all you.
I love either the lemon or the raspberry. And for those of you that don't know what EG's is, have you ever had shaved ice? Okay, so it's flavored shaved ice, and they've got sandwiches and whatnot, and it's a big, big hit down in Tucson, so I'd probably say those two. I don't think you've ever had it.
I've never had it, so to be determined.
So other than yourself, do you have a favorite gaming, gambling influencer or a social media personality that you follow?
I mean, NG is amazing. There's a lot of really great creators in this space. So being a creator, obviously I create that same type of content. I like to be the gambler. I like to gamble. So when I watch social media, I try to escape from it, and I watch different things outside of gaming. I watch the different like health influencers, beauty influencers. The one that I've been watching a lot is Michaela on makeup and just like different looks. So I go outside of the gaming world to just kind of like learn different things, learn hair and makeup, learn how to cook, learn different ways to work out, and I kind of explore outside of the industry.
Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't. There's a lot of amazing creators out of this space. I'd be remiss though. My best friend Jackpot John.
Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe.
He's fun. Obviously, there's Raja, Vinci, Vegas Mac. There's amazing people all over the space.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
I mean, most of the space is really, really cool, and I think it's cool for you all because I've had a lot of you come up and say, when we do our guys videos, I don't want Francine part of those because the
thank you so much.
Is different conversations, right? And she doesn't want to engage in what he calls fraternity humor, which is okay. She's not in a fraternity. So
I appreciate that.
So it's a little bit more unhinged, it's a little bit more just kind of we bet higher or whatever. And that kind of speaks to everybody here. When you're watching Sports Center and then you turn on something on Netflix or you watch something on YouTube, none of us watch one thing, right? It's we watch all the different things. So I think that's what this category has a lot of different creators there. So there's a lot of great ones.
Love, come on, Jason.
Hey. So Cowboy Jason. So my buddy Jason is a really great guy. He is by far the biggest slot player I have ever met in my life, and there is no close second. And I get, quite honestly, Stu and I were with him one of those nights where I felt uncomfortable for the first time in my life watching somebody gamble. When you're betting $3,100 a spin on Dragon Link, I was like, man, I like to bet high. I said, but at some point though, right? Like I don't have that kind of bankroll. If I did, my wife would kill me if I did. So anyway, yeah, he's the biggest player in Las Vegas, in period. Like he's their #1 player in the whole city, but he's a really nice guy. More importantly, though, like I don't give a shit like how much money someone has. If you're a good person, if you're polite, you care, we're good with each other. So.
You know, you've played so many machines and you share your joy with everyone. Do you have a favorite machine? And is there still challenge you?
Dragon League or the dump?
I mean, so between like Dragon League,
You said
even more Puff, the Hot Pots, like the new what's the new version of Hot Pots called? Flamin' Hot Pots. I feel like those three are like the three that I rotate through a lot. I keep adding in a little flair.
They not for
like here and there. That was kind of fun.
They ain't gonna let none of them
I
hit
love
tonight. She said that.
So, what is your favorite Huff and Puff machine? Favorite jackpot bonus on there?
Out of all the Huff, because they keep evolving Huff and Puff. There's Huff and Puff, Huff and Even More Puff, Huff and More Puff, Huff and Puff Money Mansions, Huff and Puff. We've had enough. Like it just keeps evolving and evolving and evolving. I think out of all of them right now in this very moment, it's probably Huffing even more puff. Would be my favorite one out of
Hands down.
all.
I'm kind of weird. Like if we could only play one game, and I like Dragon League too, but I think the greatest game of all time is Huffing Puff. And a lot of people are arguing with me on this. I like to go to the casino knowing I'm either going to lose every dollar or I'm going to win every dollar. And my wife is very different than that. She says, once we did this earlier today, she hit a couple jackpots, then we gave them all back. And then we hit another jackpot, we gave them all back. And then we hit a few, and you know what she does? She's like, we're going to take cash, we're not taking tickets for them. And she put them right in her purse, and she says, we're leaving with this. I tend to be, yes. So she's the reason we have, yes, smart lady.
Responsible.
Yes.
Well, how do you decide which game to play?
I don't think there's like a rhyme or reason. It's more so like when we walk in the casino, if we see something like, we'll know certain games. Oh, this one's got a max out major. Oh, this one has got, this one's about to pop because like all the things are full. Or I think we look for those types of things, but sometimes when you walk in the casino, there's other people there too, right? So someone might be on the game that you're like, ooh, I really want to play that one, but you can't because someone's on it. So it's kind of a mix of trying to figure out which game you want to play based off of the major, the grand. If the bird meter's at a certain number, that type of stuff. I think there's one way to look at it that way, but then if someone
Need everybody to subscribe and
what's
like.
the next best one because someone's clearly playing this one and I can't pick them off.
Well, if you did pick them off and if you got them, how many spins do you go until you decide the game's just not going to pop?
So it's as a content creator, so it's different. As a gambler, if I was just a gambler, just gambling, and I put in, let's say, my bankroll was $1,000 and I burned through half of it and I didn't get anything, I would leave. That's just as a gambler, I would do. As a content creator, it's entirely different because I'm trying to make a video a certain amount of time for my audience. I can't have a 5-minute video. You guys would like watch it and bounce and be gone. Like I'm looking to make a video that's about 40 to 45 minutes long. So now when I play a slot machine, I play and I invest much more time in that game and that experience because I'm not just doing it for myself, I'm doing it for my audience. So I'm trying to get something in that video that the audience is going to be like, oh my God, I love this. She hit that, or she got the triple pop, she hit the mansion. Like those are the things that I'm going for so you guys have something fun to watch. Otherwise, you'd have a bunch of like 2-minute videos and that could be it.
Do you have a lucky time of day that you prefer, and do you feel like there's a best time to play?
So, again, as a content creator, creating content and going into a casino that 90% of the time is busy, I prefer to go at times when people aren't there. Not because I don't like people, I love people. However, I also want the pick of the litter. I want to be able to get on whatever game I want to get on when I'm there. So I personally prefer going in the morning because I feel like that's the quietest time in any casino. Most people go after work or in the evenings, which is a great time to play. It's a really cool vibe because everybody's there, but you might have to wait an hour to get on a slot machine that you want to play. So I prefer mornings just for the sake of being able to pick what game I want to play when I'm there.
She also has superstitions as well that she's not telling you about. So
I have to find superstitions.
You're here in the morning for real.
You have like 4 or 5 trips in a row with her in the morning at one casino where she loses every single time. She'll quickly switch that up.
Go up and
Yeah,
down.
you're not wrong.
And it's funny, like all of us do this though. I don't know if I'm sure everybody here has different superstitions. But like we have our own as well too. Like we won't play certain games, or we think that if this game is won already, we will go to here, which never makes any sense. It's all random, but there is something to it, right? I mean, we played you asked how many spins. We played a game in Vegas at the Palazzo where the video was 51 minutes long. We didn't hit a bonus. And we spent $130,000 on the video.
Damn.
Our worst loss ever. That was that super quiet car. And Fran looked at me, she's like, so how about those big spins, huh? And she reminded me very much though that in that same day, we recorded one of our best videos ever. We felt like we were unstoppable. bonus after bonus after bonus. And I said, hey, why don't we create a second video? We've got time, right? She's like, I think we should probably go home. I'm like, come on. I'm like, we're here. There's a lot of great.
No.
We proceeded to have then the worst video we've ever created. She's like, did you get it out of your system?
So when you do go and you decide, we're going to film, a lot of people want to know, how do you set your budget for a full day of playing?
I'm gonna let you take this one.
I created a video a while back on the economics of YouTubers. I think a lot of people, I think every YouTuber owes the right to tell you how YouTubers make money, right? And if they don't disclose it, shame on them, because it should be public information, because without you, we don't make money.
Yeah.
I'll get off my soapbox.
No, but it's true. It's really true. What you're saying is very valid.
So she makes very good money off of Facebook. So every 1,000 views on Facebook, she gets a certain amount of money, right? It could range between $2 or $5 every 1,000 views. On YouTube pays creators a lot more money, but it's less views. She gets about 350 to 400 million views a month on Facebook. She gets 35 million a month on YouTube. So there's a disparity, and they both make the same amount of money.
I know what
But one
they
gets
make.
more views, right? So Facebook and YouTube are the two big ones. She has a couple sponsorships as well too, right? That comes in as you grow as a creator, you want those. And then we kind of look at, we don't do a lot of stuff with merchandise. We don't ever want to create private content where you have to pay to see it. I know some creators do.
Everyone's different.
I disagree with it. We're not HBO. We're not this. We don't have lavish salaries of this. We're just random people like you all, right? Playing these games, and you should have the right to watch it free every damn time.
That's capping.
So, and she could monetize that pretty easily. There's creators in the space that make crazy money off that. We just don't want to. I think it's just not right. And to each their own. So that between that, so we'll look at